Okay. Let's check. Volume check. Volume check. Hello, hello, hello. We are now live. Yo, okay. I was a little delayed because I saw what Topstep was announcing and I was a little shell shocked. I'm like, no way that's real. And I was watching the video, it was real. And it's like actually something that is very important to me and all prop traders. Because that affects everyone here. And I just made a post about it once I saw the details about it. I'm actually kind of stoked for it. This is like pretty big. Let me get started. I'm gonna load up everything here. Wait, is April Fool's? No way, it's April Fool's. No way, it's April Fool's. A lot of people were talking to me about it. I was like, oh, I gotta make a post about this. There's no way they're gonna pull the stunt. No freaking way. Chat, there's no way. They said it live. Wait, did they really say it was April Fool's or no?
It's a performance bonus that we're putting on live funded trader. You get a performance bonus. And as
This looks like this looks real.
Profit 50 grand.
Why wouldn't it be real? Like they're like hyping it up.
Profit 5,000. These are ideas that we're floating that's coming right around the bend, possibly this month.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but
Funded trader, we're gonna be spiffing you, or where you give them like a little, whatever. We're treating you like an athlete of the marketplace, like an athlete would when they sign a contract.
this is exactly what Michael Tech here.
Like the big leagues when you go live.
I don't believe it's April Fool's unless they announce it. Unless they announce it, I'm not gonna believe it's April Fool's. That would be messed up. I feel like that would tarnish their reputation a little bit to tease something like that people have been wanting for the longest time. Is like, can we get better benefits? And if they did wanted to tease that, like, it'll hurt them more than anything. So that's why I doubt it's fake. Maybe then maybe they'll comment my post saying like, as April Fools you got fooled. And I'll be like, damn, okay. For April Fool's joke, usually it'd be more intense. It'd be more exaggerated. This is like, it feels real and exactly on aligned with Topstep's objective, which is like, they want to build a league of skilled live traders. So it made me excited too. I'm like, oh, I actually want to get back to live with Topstep now and grind my way up to 50K profits so I could trade get that bonus. Because I don't think that's difficult at all. If you're doing a sim, you can do the same thing on live, which I've been doing on other accounts. It's gonna take. I think what I would need to do is get more scalability and more wiggle room with the daily loss limit. But I think it's perfectly possible, and I want to aim for it now. All right, I'm gonna look at the charts here. I wasn't on all day. I was trading Asia last night. We killed at Asia, so like always when I kill at Asia, guess what? Don't trade AM. I haven't been trading AM for the longest time either. I just posted on Twitter. Yo, if Topstep says it's April Fool's, I'm literally going to make a just talk shit about them. Like, why would they lie to their audience about something that everyone's been waiting for? All right, I'm gonna announce that we're on live. Get started day. Yeah, up good from Asia. I'm just gonna see what we can get for PM. I mean, I think AM so far moved pretty aggressively, and it makes sense for upside right now. Wow, there's a lot of things here. Wow. Okay. So I'm just gonna mark out what I see here. We got 15-minute fair value gap. Lots of gaps in below here. This could flip here. So we can look at the daily. We already went inside the daily fair value gap here. We're inside like a, let's say, a daily BPR from this gap here. So like this is somewhat of a hard area for price to really get through. So knowing that, like, we swept monthly lows, of course we want to get a relief. Now we already hit that relief area, that daily target. That's what I've been aiming for. I'm not sure if how convicted I am for higher, especially if, let's say, the 15-minute flips here. We haven't really got that yet, but yeah, I'm just gonna take a look closer here. Let's look at the 5-minute. I'm gonna really be patient here because this is what happens. Asia takes or New York takes Asia lows, and then Asia highs, London highs. It's took out both session highs, so like the range is already taken now. So it's either gonna continue trending up, or we're gonna be back inside that range and go back down. And I'm gonna opt for leaning more on it coming back down here because we already like took this high, took this low, took this high, and we're trying to go back inside. But I'm going to play what I see, and that's how we've been operating. We've been operating like that for Asia. We've been operating that for PM. But yeah. I'm not too sure where the draw is though. So one thing I'm always like a little bit shaky about, like we don't really have any lows or highs taken. Is like we swept the lows and then we just ran up all the way to these highs. So like there's a lot of imbalances, but that's not draw liquidity unless you're looking for unmitigated gaps. I think you gotta be patient here. Headline says MP hint. I don't think a prank would start like that. I'm just gonna type something out. Okay. Yeah, let's just take a look here. I'm not even sure where price is trying to go here. Because we hit all the objectives already. So if we didn't take the high out and we're already flipping, of course we're gonna go for London highs. We're gonna move past that and trail through it. But like now it's like I don't know what to really go for. Topstep needs to allow multiple live counts to, like, take profit. That goes against what they are trying to build, which is like a league of traders, um, and like capped out at like let's say like 50K for 50K profits, switch 100K profits. That's how they're doing it. I mean, you could I guess argue like maybe you can split it up like instead of one account 50K, maybe 5 counts 10K each. I mean, you could do that, but I don't know if that's like good, even a benefit because it'll be the same thing. The difference with take prop data is you could still leverage what max size times 5, basically. I feel so confused trading now. 13K profit, paper trading was easy, but now live count. You've personally funded, you can't hit the trigger. Okay, I'm gonna say you said personally funded. If you're like hesitating, I don't want you to really lose real cash money if you're not confident. I think you should just buy eval, or even like do like a prop firm challenge. Just do one, like it'll be a cheap one. Do like $50 one. Get some confidence there, because that's the difference between like a complete demo account versus a eval, which has some merit if you do good. And it's like, you also invested like $50, $100 into it, so like you get a sense of reward too. But I don't want you to just go self fund like a few thousand, $10,000, $100,000 when you're like not even confident to press buttons anymore. Thanks for the amazing YouTube video. Chat, 50 minutes. I don't know. You know the average duration I talked about? The average duration of watch time for that video was 7:30. Like basically like 7.5 minutes. It's a 50-minute video. So if you were able to watch the whole thing, hopefully that helps you a lot, because I think that covers a lot of things that I've been wanting to make videos about separately, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna sit down for a few days and do them all. And every time someone asks me what is a breaker, what's a BPR, how do you trade, I'm gonna direct them to that video. And 50 minutes too long. I also was watching it back. Watching at 1.5 times speed was actually normal to me. I think when I was kind of lecturing it, I feel like I was talking slow motion. So it feels like, why am I talking so slow? Once I up the speed a little bit, I'm like, oh, that's better. That's much better. I don't know what it is for me, but I was talking in slow motion. All right, let's see here. I don't think I traded my X phase with the age last night. I think I'm at day. Let me check if I'm day 4 or day 5, because if I'm day 5, I'm just gonna secure the payout. But if I'm day 4, I might continue trading with PM here. But we've been killing it with people have asked like, oh, you're gonna blow your accounts. Like, why do you have so many reserves? Fun fact on Topstep, I haven't blown an account yet. I got moved to live twice this year, so 5 accounts gone, 5 accounts gone, and then I just activate 5 new accounts. So far from January to now, which is like quarter 1, I went through 15 accounts. I didn't even blow one of those accounts yet, or maybe it's like 1 account. I don't even know, but like I need to look, but I'm pretty sure it's like 15 for 15 right now. It's kind of absurd. And that's the power of like just adding reserves. You now have to go through eval again and again and again. Oh, I'm day 3. Okay, so this is day 4. I'm up like about $600 I think from Asia on this. So this is what it looked like so far. I just started. I talked about me losing my live, which is like not me failing the live. I literally took 3 payouts of $12,000 on it, and I hit the drawdown eventually. So like that's just how I'm trading it. $600, $1,400, and then yesterday we hit a banger, $2,700, and today's gonna be $500-$600. So we're like about like $5,500 on each account, which is like 25K in like a week. Kind of crazy. And I hope I want this now. Like now that they have these news, like I want the live back now. It's so crazy for me to say that. Like I can't even imagine me saying that ever. Like, oh, switch me to live. But now that it's a bonus, make 50,000. Like, wait, let me do the math here. I think you're more advantageous to make the money here, because if you make 50,000 in profits on the live count, right? You get 90% split. So you lose 5,000 to them, but if you make 50,000 with a performance bonus, you actually get another 20,000. So that is literally, what is that? 30% more than you would do with them, rather than a live count. Does that make sense? So once again, 50,000. If you make 50,000 on a live count, you're entitled to 90% of it. That's $45,000. But if they do what they're gonna implement, which is make 50,000, get 20,000 bonus, 65,000, and you divide that by 50,000, which is what you originally made, actually 30% more on the live funded than the personal funded. How do they profit from that? I think it's simple. Not many people will get to 50,000. Imagine like this. Let's say there's like 10 traders. One of them hits 50,000. The rest don't get that. Some people, let's say they get to 49,000, and then they turn down. That means they miss out on $20,000 bonus. So I feel like they're gonna basically be rewarding only the top consistent traders, which is gonna be very rare. Like that's why I think I've been telling Brett Semba and other prop firms owners, like, you should just give carrots and stick to all these live funded traders and make it like very challenging but very rewarding at the same time. The more challenging it is, the more rewarding. So to make $50,000 in profits with a very low drawdown limit is challenging, man. Yeah, it only applies to like, not, I feel like if there's like 10,000 traders, you're gonna get like 5 that actually hit that, like maybe every year or so. And I want to strive for that. So like if they switch me to live, I'm gonna really dedicate to run the live funded up, and hopefully have a good balance with it. But their business at the end of the day, what is their incentive? Their incentives is basically to make the live offering more competitive. Right now, no one wants to be moved live, and if people are moved to live, they do make money from that too, because they have that 10% split. Maybe some firms are going this route too. They switch from 90-10 to 80-20. I feel like that's the direction they'll give. It's kind of give or take. So like you get a bigger incentive with like a milestone reward at 50,000 raw profit, let's say, but in turn you go from 90-10 split to 80-20 split. I think that alone would cover more than enough, maybe even more. But this is crazy. Too good to be true. I think when you look at it, like running the numbers, it's such a big carrot and a stick that like you just have a handful of people that you count in your hand getting that bonus every year. So like, let's say I don't know, like 10 people gets it, and they do like 200,000 bonuses. That's not really much from Topstep. They are generating revenue daily in the millions. So it does create a better image for them, and also an image for prop firms and Topstep. They're actually rewarding live trades. They want people to get on live, stay on live, and make money on live rather than just take the money and fund it in personal. So this is like where it changed the game here. And I've been waiting for this. So like that's why I attached in my tweet. If you guys were looking at it, I literally attached my tweet like, prop firms are focused on live traders, create sustainable revenue through real profits. So that's when like the regulation talks are starting to come. But without meaningful incentives, why not traders just take the profits and self-fund? These are the ideas I have. Salaries for consistent performance. That is like kind of hit or miss. I feel like if you have like consistency for 3 or 6 months, then that would be available. Milestone rewards, exactly what Topstep's doing. And then profitability bonuses, it's like similar. I think I have like a difference. Maybe I explained it. But these two are like the one that I would be going for, and Topstep's doing it. So they will lose on it, bro. If they keep 10%, they would lose 50K every 50K someone makes. No, that's the thing though. Like if you think logic like that, they would lose money, but like you have to hit a 50K threshold. You know how many people hit like 10K, 20K, 30K, and then go down? 50K is tall task. They could raise the stakes. Let's say they do 100K, and then they do a 40K bonus. It's the same percentage, but now that threshold is even greater. And how many live traders right now made 100K on the live? Not have 100K balance, but made like started the live and made 100K. I don't think anyone. Even Dakota. I think we saw Dakota's stats. He got switched to sim fund, or from sim funded to live with hundreds of thousands balance, and I think Patrick was actually showing that he's actually down like 40,000 last month, and down like throughout the year too. So that puts a lot into perspective. Like all these live traders, they're giving heavy balance from the sim funded, but we're only talking about these performance bonuses only from profits from the live count. That's the main difference. And even for me, I started the live. I made 12,000 on the live account, and I took them all out before I hit drawdown. And if I had more of incentive, I wouldn't take the payout. I would just use that for more wiggle room, and probably go for 50,000. And I think March I would have been able to do it because March was like my best month. Why do you mark out the breaker? I'm actually just. This is the hard part about trading. I think this is something you have to sit on hands. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this is difficult price action right now. There's no draw liquidity for me to take. I can only really say if we get a nice closure through these lows, through this 15-minute, then I can play for these downside here. But right now, it's so tough. So far, we're respecting the 5-minute here. I think bearish is the right sense because we already hit the daily fair value gap, right? And we're starting to float lower. That's the only thing I can really go right now. If we build more structure, though, let's say this is how I'm going to visualize it. We're going to 5 to do this. Let's say we just chop around a little bit. This is structure now. Now we have a lot of lows to really go for. And then if we get a short model, we could just short it down like that. We could create structures while waiting. Right now, there's no clean structure. Because this low, this high, low's taken, and then we retap. This high is already took all these liquidity. So, like, it really doesn't need to go up more. As well, it doesn't need to go down because we took the internal low already. We need more displacement to really go for the next target, which is like likely this consolidation range and possibly even the low day, which I don't really want to see, to be honest. Patrick and Danny, my favorite profitable traders. Yeah. Wait, the YouTube Patrick lost big today and yesterday. He lost today too. Are you serious? I feel like there gotta be a day that he makes some money. Why would he be losing 3 days in a row? Because that's like yesterday and the day before. You telling me he lost again on his live? Just need more structure. The post was from Dakota, and he just told me about it, so I'm gonna link the post. Sorry, I was a little distracted here. I kind of did it while on live stream, so someone sent me the video, the clip of it, and I just uploaded it. And apparently it was a decoded clip, and I was able to look at it. Oh, he's just messing around. Okay, good. I was like, damn, I didn't know. I didn't want to rub him the wrong way. Dakota the goat still. Why do you not like the 5-minute bearish breaker? I mean, I don't really see this as a bearish breaker in my eyes. It's just more of a consolidation range back up. Because let's say you use unless you use this candle, maybe I could run with this candle, but like this candle is not a breaker because a swing low would be followed by 2 high close candles, which we already have 2 green candles, but like we have this wick high that ruins the break. This is more consolidation to me, and this one is a little bit difficult too. Even the one though, I think you could see something like this holding as a breaker here, but once again, this is kind of marking out like PD arrays, which is not. It could be entries, but I still want narrative and logic to my trades. And right now, what I'm lacking is draw. And somewhat biased too. Like on the 15-minute, we're kind of floating back and forth right now. I need more confirmation to really see if we want to move lower or not. That's what I'm anticipating though. We got this chain state delivery here on this closure, this OB here. And that's this hourly provide gap. I think it's going to draw in here. And whether it moves for higher or lower, that's going to be what we're going to try to find out here. If time doesn't line, these PD means nothing. That's the thing. That's one of it. The other part is like, what am I targeting? Am I just targeting simply this gap here because that's like a bullish support area? I need a good premium short then. Let me look at that. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about Patrick. I just read the comment. I was like, wait, why? Who you guys feeling sorry for? But then you guys are talking about Patrick. I got sidetracked with the Topstep post. You're in his head with the speed. So, kind of something honest I want to speak about too. When the beef was happening, like when he was like coming after me, I was like saying like it's not affecting me, but in reality, like it's not affecting too much my trading, but it's affecting me mentally, which I guess inherently should affect your trading. Because like I'm out here just worrying about all these haters, all these comments saying like, you know, you're not trading, and he would feel these fire basically saying like, oh, what is this? And Patrick would be like, what is this? And someone comments like, he doesn't even show his live execution. We never see his trades. Like all these are just so untrue, and there's reasons for it. I think it triggers me, and I think that might be the same thing happening to him, which could indirectly affect his trading. And also, my jabs are pretty clear cut. Like I just posted the TradeFi performance because you know he posted it when he was up. I'm gonna post it when he's up and down. Anyways, it's just banter at this rate. I don't think I have too much of a beef with them. It's just banter would drive healthy competition. It'll show transparency because you're seeing performance on both sides. And I feel like you're kind of using it as a sharpening stone because you have so many people watching you and watching for you to, you know, either succeed or fail. And that's a lot of pressure, and pressure does create diamonds here. But it's also Patrick. I think he goes kind of crazy. I think if I take a loss, I'm not gonna try to blow the count. Really, it's tough. Just like the Apex, like when I had a bad day, I lost half my drawdown, like 100K total. But fast forward 3 weeks, I built that back up, and now we're record high. We're above 12,000 now, so we're at 240,000 profits. Before it's 200, I lost 100. I was sitting at 100,000 total. We're higher than that now. It's just like slowly being built up, and that was also once again a technical error, which I let. The technical error should have been like 50,000 loss. I let that double, like a little bit more than double, because that just happened. Just like yesterday, if you guys remember yesterday, if you're in the stream, I took a trade on my Topstep, my my Apex, and I accidentally wanted to do 12 micros on my Apex. I did 12 minis. I closed it immediately. But that could have been bad because I'd be like frozen. It just, that's always just so bad to me when like things are not going how I want it. Not for the trade, but just like technically, like let's say if the trade copier makes mistakes, if your computer dies, or if something happens where you should have got stopped out, but let's say you didn't, that kind of messes me up mentally, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remove all my stops or just tilt or do something like that. That's something I've been working on, and I think that one time was the first time that I really flipped the switch. I lost 6,000 on each of my account on my Apex. And then that was my only trade I shared. That was like my only trade. Some people said I DCA. Some people said don't trade it back. That's my first time. I walked away and I came back every day for the next 2-3 weeks to build it back up. And I think that helped me. Had I tilted and tried to make it back, I'm 90% sure I would have blown that count. I'm 90% sure I would have blown that count if I kept on trading while in that mental state. We're already moving lower in the ES, going inside the 15-minute fair value gap here. NQ looks pretty strong here still, huh? It's a big driver. So far I'm just not too interested with price action right now. I do like how the 5-minute is respecting. That's good. If you were bearish bias here, I mean, you could have played something off this 5-minute. Maybe 5-minute retrace, 1-minute flip here could have been ideal, but even then, like, all these are like kind of C minus C plus setups right now because we lack draw liquidity, we lock also time frame alignment, and that's my two main component when I'm trading. If you're only relying on entries, you're more like a pattern trader. Why don't you like the 15-minute breaker? So this, if you're using this as a 15-minute breaker, I think this is the wrong case here because you have a high here. You're trying to treat this as a swing low, but that swing low is higher than the actually two candles next to it. So that's also a mistake in itself. Like if you're treating a swing low, the candle in between should be lower than the adjacent candles. This is actually higher. So even though it's a down close candle, it's not a swing low candle. So the structure is kind of chopped here. How was last night Asia session? You guys want me to go over Asia session now or later or just not all? I think we could go over Asia now or later. I don't know. Asia was phenomenal though. Once again, like I don't know how we do it every single time, but it's just so clear to me. Yeah, some of you guys saying later. We can just do it later. Or later before we get over here. We'll do that then. I'm still looking. I don't think we'll get anything right now. But we got 2 for 2 trades for Asia. Not bad, not bad. I think I would want to lead more downside because we start the 5-minute, but it's still like up in the air. I'm like 60-40 on it, which is not that confident. I usually, for high probability trade, I gotta be 80-20 or 90-10 or something above 80. I need some more structure right now, and this could be like structure where like we could play with. Let's say we're just building lower highs, then big sweep, and then flip. That could be that short setup. How's the volume in the Asian market? It's not as volume packed as New York, but it's fine because like if you even trade live accounts, the the index NQ and ES, the asset of it, is so liquid that like you should have no problem getting filled. Like the only thing is like maybe the bid and ask could be like right now. Let's just see. The bid and ask right now is like 2 ticks away on NQ and then 1 tick on ES. If we're talking about Asia, it might be like 3 ticks, 4 ticks. Like so, kind of the spread is doubled. And then for ES, it could be instead of 1 tick, it could be 2 tick. That's still very, very liquid. You should have no problem getting out of any trades, even for live accounts. But for sim accounts, for fund accounts, I mean, there's times where it wicked it. Let's say I have a exit at 71.75 at this high here. Many times actually don't get filled out because it's so low volume, and the sim also replicates that. So just because we have like one volume, one order, we don't get like hundreds of contracts getting filled out. That's just how it works. That happened to me hundreds of times. But for liquidity's sake, Asia's still liquid. And for me, how I trade Asia is it goes from straight from open all the way to London, which is I mark at 2 a.m. So that's how I'm marking Asia, and I trade basically from 8 p.m. all the way up to 10, 11 p.m. So this is the range I'm trading. I think that's where it has the most volume. I'll do 8 to 11. This has the most volume unless there's like an ER or something opening where we get a big move. After that, like this is the most trading activity for Asia for me. And I also don't want to trade past midnight because I'm also trying to trade tomorrow. I can't trade everything now. But I posted kind of like every one of my Asia recaps this whole month. I'm pretty sure like at least 80% of it I posted. If you guys want to check it out, how I trade Asia, I post like the trade setup, the commentary, my commentary, like what I said about it, how I take it, and you can read up on that. Fun fact too, like we had 100% win rate at the end of the day for Asia, the month of March. It sounds so unbelievable, but that's why all the timestamps are there. You can't even delete it because it's from a bot that takes all my alerts. And then you have like hundreds of people watching it too. So like someone would call it out like, oh, he actually lost this day. There's just so many people like this past like I think week. They're like, oh, I didn't believe that you traded Asia so well, but once I sat through a few sessions, it's just possible. It's real. What's a bot that calls alert? It basically transcribes um my my alerts and sends it to like Lanto Discord, my Discord, other Discord too. Yeah, I mean, so far still nothing here. We have S&T here. I don't know. I feel like I want to lean downside, but this is still holding. So when you look at like the 15-minute fair value gap, the hourly fair value gap, you can't be bearish here. Does that make sense? Like we need to flip something for us to be bearish on the intraday time frame. And I don't really have any draw for higher except like you look at the 4 hour. This is such a large gap. I don't know if we're trying to get to the midpoint, fill the whole thing. The daily, it's such a large gap too. It's tough. It's a very tough area here. Yeah, but how I trade Asia is I want to describe the exact same way as me trading PM, but just slow motion. So you think sometimes PM's slower? Just imagine if you're trading Asia, PM is imagine PM price action, but like 0.75 times speed or 0.5 times speed even. So it's the same model. The only thing I could say that's different would be I focus more on the liquidity for the Asia session. So if I'm in Asia, right, I'm trading 8 p.m. I'll look at Asia lows and Asia highs as my main draw. But good thing there's a video, guys. Good thing there's a video literally describing exactly how it trades. 50 minutes. It's such a long video, but it's worth it. We have SMT off these lows, and we have a bullish breaker. If you're bullish right now, I think you want to play something like this. Because one thing is, and ES did take drive inside the 15-minute, and Q did. We already dove into it here, so that's already that could be a simple drill. I'm just still waiting for something more clean here, but I still think if you're bullish, that's something you would be eyeing right now. You want to see this hold for a breaker moving higher. I'd rather frame something with a clear draw though. Which indicator are you using for the viewing top? So another thing, part of the video is I have all my indicators in the general chat of my Discord. Every single one. So if you're asking about my chart setup, you're asking about my indicators, you're asking about how I trade, it's actually all in the video. Any idea where you're dropping the P/A video? What does that stand for? P/A. I'm trying to think what can that even stand for? Like price action video? Oh, like price delivery, right? I think I hinted that more. I also talked about it in my other videos. How price is delivering is like recognizing what price is currently at. So if it's consolidating, is it choppy? Is it seeking shoy? Is it internal range bound? Is it expanding? Then you could frame that with your bias and with time frame alignment with your draw liquidity. So like for instance, if we're just seeking a showing, you gotta adapt to it, and you're gonna play you're gonna frame your setup to only play for that seeking short price action. Likewise, if it's expansion delivery, you kind of just let it trail out. What time do you begin to look for Asia setups? 8 p.m. Yep. Last night was some pressure though. Last night was the last day of March, and if I did good for Asia last night, that means I could say like I traded 100% on Asia. But if I did bad, it'd be like 95%, 90%. I don't know what it'd be. But ironically, I didn't even take one trade. It's always been one trade per day for Asia. I took 2 trades. Yeah, I shared both of them. This is still, I think, pretty weak delivery here. I'm just gonna mark things out, but I'm not gonna take anything until we know. Do you think there's gonna be setups for PM today? It's tough. Like I could tell you for certain whether we get set up if there's like draw to be seen, and I could frame it. But like right now, the chances are we still can get a setup, but it's not gonna be the setup that I typically take with a clear draw liquidity. We're aiming for session highs or lows or a strong liquidity target. We're kind of in a tough area, which I'm fine with. Like we don't have to force anything. That's why trading Asia is also good too, or trading another session, so you don't have to depend on one session. When I try to trade everything on one session, let's say at PM years back, I think like 12 months ago, it was somewhat making me force my trades, where I'm like, okay, I have no trades today, but my prop firms are saying I need to take a trade to show activity and to get a payout. So I'll just force a trade, and sometimes that is like, you make 50 bucks, you made 100 bucks, log a trade basically. Other times you just take a bad trade and then you try to make it back by taking another trade, and just kind of spirals. So that's also why like, it might be a good idea to trade a different session, especially if you're trading prop firms. If it's a live count, you don't have any obligation to continue trading. You would chop like this one so nice, it's crazy. It's somewhat of an experience thing. Like you're kind of having looking at charts and seeing like, okay, this is probably gonna be terrible price area until we get a area like a delivery like through it or outside of it. This whole area just sucks to me. I think if I traded AM, that would have been pretty golden here. Let me just kind of hindsight like this. Like we have this breaker here. If I have retap back inside, that could have sent this higher. Lowers this liquidity taken here. You could probably drop down to even lower time frame on the 30-second to see a flip here. And then we're moving back up. I don't know if I'll take any entries off here. It's just basically grinding up. Yeah, it looks like this is the only entry at 10:20 here. Just grind it all up. Watch your last video. How you set up your chart is pretty smart. It's like I think I kind of went over it, doing two things: explain how I set up my charts and as well as how I use it for time frame alignment. So, a lot of questions regarding that still gonna be answered in that video. So that video is gonna be a lifesaver to me. I don't have to repeat many things over and over. Why is that mitigated 15-minute fair value gap higher, not a draw? Is there a 15-minute? Oh, are you talking about this here? Not a draw higher? I mean, you're not even supposed to look at it 15-minute. This is big gaps here. Just look at it on every other time frame. The 4-hour, large gap here, not even filled all the way. Daily, not even filled all the way. It's just way too big of a gap for you to really target. And I believe in looking at recent price action rather than 15-minute candles from last week, which is we're trying to rebalance here. I want to look at current price delivery. I don't really think about stuff like that from days ago. I'll have to just see it on the higher time frame. What is the draw liquidity in Asia if there are no Asia highs or lows? It's internal liquidity. It could be like lows or highs. Or there would always be Asia highs or lows because it's going to keep on being formed. And that's how Asia just moves. So like, I'm going to show you what I mean by that while we're waiting. It opens up here. That's the Asia highs. It goes down. Asia lows. We came back up ray tracing. We actually took a short. I think if I were to explain this, we took a short right here. I'm pretty sure 820. We took a short right here, put our stop above. And then we targeted these Asia lows here, as well as the 15-minute fair value gap down below. This is the trade we took, and that's Asia lows there. And once Asia low gets taken on this low, we still have low and high. It's always going to get formed here. And the way Asia moves is just go back and forth. And eventually, we have a move higher to actually take out Asia highs on London. The video I'm talking about is my latest video. It's a 50-minute lecture video. Something I always talk about too is like when you're watching someone trade and if they think it's poor price action, and you also have like similar ideas. Let's say like you don't know where things are going. Maybe it helps you watch someone or just like trade with someone that are not pushing buttons, so you stay disciplined too. I think that's a problem that I've seen a lot of people have, even myself have, until I really disciplined myself to not press buttons when it's not appropriate. Because it's so easy. Like, say price moving fast, or right now slow, but if this is moving fast, you'd be like, oh, I could have taken that, I could take that, I could take that. Hindsight thinking, FOMOing basically. But that's not the right approach to it. You really want to wait for your setup to come, and that makes trading boring, but also very rewarding at the same time. Have you tried using Bookmap? I tried Bookmap in the past. I think it's a confluence that just doesn't really work for me, because for me, I'm using candlesticks. So let's say like you use an indicator or Bookmaps, which shows like the bubbles or shows volume. I don't really even use volume either, and it's gonna be throwing me off. why do you like to change from Repcon to TradeSyncer? I think TradeSyncer is a good one here. We have a code with it. Here's the thing. I'm partnered with both Trade Copier. We make the same revenue with them, but TradeSyncer I think would be the new innovation for prop firms, because it's also it's a trade copier that acts also as a profit calendar like TradeZilla. So you can connect all your accounts, whether it's one Rhythmic or 10 Rhythmics, and show all your performance. They're still working on that, but I think overall web-based is going to be better than an add-on, because they have API with Trade Rebate, which is pretty powerful. Replicanto doesn't have that. It's more of an add-on to it. So if I want to trade, let's say on the go, I don't have to have Replicanto open. I can just trade on my phone. I could trade here. I can have that set up. I think what I want them to add more is two things. Get that beta done for the profit calendar, so I can show all my Apex accounts, all my Topstep, everything at once basically. It shows like my P&L for everything. That'd be killer, to keep track of everything, and then set more groups. So if I want like multiple group leaders, they only have one so far, but I think that'll be huge if they have multiple, and that'll be like my ideal trade copier, because there's some limitation with Replicanto. Remember, you can't only have one Rhythmic connection. So if I want to trade Bunox, I can't do that because I already have multiple Rhythmic connection. And if I trade others soon, here's a game changer here. A lot of you guys use Project X2. What happens when Project X is added to? Would that be something that now opens the door for you to look into it more? Because now you can trade Rebate, Project X, Rhythmic, DXFeed, whatever platform you want, copied all together on TradingView. It can also connect to Live. I can literally connect any account. I can connect like 30 accounts to it. And it's up to 120 accounts, which should be more than enough for everything. Unless you're trading like a lot of evals, which I don't think I would even rely on evals for it. Personal as well. I think tonight we're gonna add the Replicon or TradeSyncer rebate. So all you gotta do is enter your email, and then you get a 7.5% rebate for every recurring purchases. So that's the benefit for you guys. I'm giving more than a third of my commission I get just to give back, just to help you save more. Because if we get 20, we're giving you guys 7.5, and that adds up. If you have the expensive model, that'd be like what, $10-12 per month at like off. I read Project X will share data with their customers. If you're hedging between platforms and using the platform, guys, if you're hedging, you're gonna get caught sooner or later. There's like no reason to hedge unless you're. I guess hedging with your friends could be more possible. Like if you're hedging against other prop firms, sooner or later they're gonna find out, and I would not disagree with them if they choose to ban you for it. It's just so stupid too, because why not bet on yourself? How much is it for eliminate connections? 150 raw price, but you have to discount and you have to rebate. It goes down to like probably 130. If you think it's like too expensive, like you rather pay a one-time fee, just stick to the Repconto. But if you want to go for a elevated trade topper, which is perfect for me because I'm making hundreds of thousands per month off of payouts, and a simple $150 fee per month is like not even, that'll just be a write-off, right? It's a great tool, just like TradeZilla, any other tools you use, a Discord, like if you're paying for my Discord too, it's just gonna be a write-off, a tool that can help you trade better. Have you used Repcon to copy trade past during news? I've used that for TradeSyncer and Repcon. It works perfectly fine for both. I'll post a link if you guys want to use TradeSyncer. Here's the link there in the chat. It should have the link towards it, and should also show my name, which would qualify you for the rebate. Do we have non-farm payroll this week, right? Let's see. Non-farm payroll Friday, and then probably CPI next week. Yeah. So CPI, PPI, minutes as well. Wow. Okay. Um. Yeah. So non-farm payroll. Use that for Apex evals. Use that for any other evals you want to choose. For MyFed futures, I think they even allow too. CPI. Use that too. CPI and non-farm payroll are the big ones. Sometimes PPI might be good too, but you look at mainly CPI and non-farm payroll. And you could do one thing firms really don't care about is you could hedge evals, but don't ever hedge funded. It'd be stupid. And not even allowed. I know Apex said like you can hedge whatever you want. Do whatever you want with evals. That's why you can also just throw them on news, and you either pass it or you fail. It's like a coin toss, but that helps you not worry about funding or trying to pass the eval. You just get it straight funded. It's just more of a added all in cost. It's just so slow right now. What am I watching? 5 minutes still holding down, so that's why I still think lower, but we've just been chopping around. We're getting a drive lower here now. I want to see how we react on this 15-minute fair value gap here. We're going to take this low out. We're going to get a nice drive in, and whether we try to move higher from there or move lower, that's going to be my game plan here. And we have some structure now, so like, let's say we're bearish. We can retrace back inside like a bearish breaker here. Play something like that. I mean, I'll mark this out. This would be like a bearish break for me. Yeah, some of you guys are talking about trading evals on news. Maybe we can do that on Discord this Friday. If you want to just hop in the Discord, you don't have to be a paid member. We'll just do it live stream. I'll explain it the day of or day before. Yeah, new 4-hour candle here. Topstep doesn't allow hedging on evals. Yeah, I'm also kind of talking about Apex. Apex doesn't care, but once again, better just to trade evals aggressively and use news volatility for them. I don't really like hedging at all. Even hedging Apex evals, I feel like stupid for me. Big drive in here. I want to get in the leaderboards on Tradeify today again, but so far no trades. I'll just look at the time frames. I like this drop here. It did take a while for this to actually send it lower. Oh, Brett Semba here, 452. Are you short right now? When is Brett Semba ever short? I don't believe it. You don't need much to make leaderboards. Every time I talk about Tradeify Live, Brett Semba just shows up. That's my first time talking about it the whole stream. But yeah, I'll make like a few hundred. Get on the leaderboards. Oh, he's looking at longs at 452. This is Brett Semba long here. Let's see. I don't know how big your stop is, but let's give you like 30 points. $452, right? Did I do that right? Yeah, 452. Let's see if this pays. This is a alert from Brett Semba himself here. Is that golden pocket? So like golden pocket would just be the fib. Is golden pocket the 50% to 0.618 or is it 64 the one lower here? I don't even know where this is 452 exactly. Oh, it's not golden pocket, okay. Well, this is Brett Long here. Let's see. Big drive through this though. Yo, this is gonna be aggressive here. I'm just kind of clueless, so like I'm gonna let Brett Simba lead the trading for now until I see some clarity. I mean, it's looking good, so it's holding, but yeah, I think as I trade and I guess evolve as trader, I stopped kind of just catching falling knives and just waiting for it flip first before entering, which I don't have to bomb tick anymore. I just wait for it, which ends out better in the long run. Brett's trying to get us here so we can get that TradeFi spring discount. He's trying to get us a YOLO. This is a big brain move here. I just don't like anything here. We have a bearish breaker now. The breaker above held, the 5-minute held, and then we created bearish breaker, send lower. A lot of these bearish beta rates are holding right now, and we just barely violated the first bullish one. JPay, can you explain the breaker? What if I have a 50-minute video explaining not only the breaker, but everything else that you would ask? Yo, what the heck? Is this 15 minis? What entry? Oh, 452. What the hell? Wait, how do you have 11,000 profits here? Oh, that's realized. Okay. It's going big. This is like basically Tradeify house account that's running right now. We'll see if Topstep or Tradeify performs better. So Brad's looking for max TP at 76. 76. All right, we're gonna do 1-to-1 then. 24 point stop, 24 point TP. Let's see how Brett plays. Oh, I just realized Brett was saying a lot of these top live traders got a short today. Should I be trading? Should I even take anything? I took trades on every one of my account but my live because I saved it for PM session. Oh. Oh. Damn. It's okay, it's okay. This is gonna hold, this is gonna hold. This is too uncertain for me. Like I don't even like shorts or longs here still. So many comments saying Brand's trying to get me to blow up my trade by account. We're gonna need exclusive discount now. I got stopped. Brent got stopped here. Damn. Both house account right now for TradeFi and Topstep not looking so good. Wow, this is getting a strong closure through this whole hourly for value gap. Do you guys think this is strong for lower here, for low of day? Personally, I would want this to sit in this range here. Sit between where's like kind of this range. Back and forth. Which like kind of London highs area and then Asia lows. This is already like what's got swept. I am liberated from my gains. Yo, we need Brett Semba on ICT though. If we convert Brett Semba to ICT, we could also probably convert Patrick soon. Does your cash rebate include resets for trade? I think it should, as long as there's an order number. Damn, this price action is just not that good for me. Like, you guys already heard me the whole entire session so far. Like, I just don't like anything here. And the only thing I could really vibe with is if we have to create some more structure, sweep like internal high and respect, and then play for lower. I think that makes sense to me because we already took this highs out. But this is not enough for me. We do have this 5-minute retap. If we took a trade from here, it could work, but we likely get break even on this move here. Or I guess you would have some profits, like 50 points of profit. I don't know. You say that every session? I feel like yesterday we did good. Every other day we did good. Right now I'm just unsure. And most of the time, like if the session's bad or like the price delivery, I think it's gonna be poor. You just gotta wait for it, and then you'll get a sliver of a setup that can give you some profits. It'll just create itself, which I'm hoping it does so now. But that's part of the rule book, right? You let's say you sit on your screen for 2 hours. You're not trading for 2 hours. You're waiting for an hour and like 45 minutes, and that last like that 15 minutes is where you are executing. So 80% of the time is kind of just waiting. Short NMAX? What the hell is NMAX? What the hell is this? I don't even know what this. It's pumping pretty hard here, but I don't know what. Whoa. Wait, is it a new stock here? Or is it the index? I don't even know. Consumer services? 700%? So it just IPO'd 4 minutes ago? Wow, wow. 200. It's halted right now, I think. Is it halted? I don't see it moving. Trying to get me back to my degenerate days where I'm trading like penny stocks. Those things don't even hit my radar anymore. Before it would have, but I feel like I've been just so locked in only NQES that like I don't even look at anything else other than that. It just tapped a new date open gap. Yeah, the future's open there. It's a pretty big sell so far. It's like probably like 80-point sell here. But I'm not. I mean, we could kind of format this as a breaker too. So we're actually inside a 5-minute breaker here. Could be in the 15 minutes. Well, I'm not gonna use this in 15 minutes. We're in a 15-minute gap here. 5-minute breaker because we have this high, we have this low, we have this high. We swept liquidity here, and we got closure through this high. We never got tapped back in, so we're inside this breaker. This is kind of the area that you would be targeting if you're looking for shorts down. Now we're like, possibly this could flip higher here. Mark the same thing in ES. I'm still not fond of it though because I still lack any draw here. Unless this let me see. What are the chances this comes all the way back up from here and take all these internal highs here and just chop inside that range. I think. If we go to 470 here, I give away a count. I gotta look at long opportunities here. Brett's long at 25. That's a pretty decent long here. Is a second attempt here. So we're gonna need to inverse this 1 minute gap here. We're inside of a breaker, which is actually a decent area to play longs at. And we have a 5 minute gap. I mean, even if we're shooting for lower, we should see some relief and move back up first. Let's see. Oh, you're 25 cons long. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is this? What is this? You're actually like back up now. You're actually in profit here. You added 452 and you kept on adding, or I don't know, is that sells too? What is this? Is it the live trades you're looking for, Brett? I need to see this conviction play out. See, I want a setup that I could also align. Let's say, like, if it's a long setup and I frame it, and it's also something that Brett's looking at for long too, then we could both play it, and I'll be encouraging, like, let's go big. Wow. It's still a tough area for me. This is the equivalent of 2 micros per ad in your account right now. We either get a giveaway if it comes back up, or we're gonna get a discount, guys, because we're gonna need some revenue for TradeFi to fund that house account again. TradeFi TV versus Topstep TV, and I also heard My Fund Features TV might be coming out too. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Damn. It's just falling still. I want to at least see if we can retrace back to 5 min for a lower though. I wouldn't mind this though. See if we got a trap in 1 minute confirmation flip to play for lower. It'll still be like, if we're looking at this as our range here, this is our dealing range here. High to low. We're still like bare minimum. I would want to be short above discount or above premium. This is what happens when you go to the BDH. Brett went BDH twice now, and then that's rubbing off on Brett trades here. I still don't get why you wouldn't consider the 11-15 swing high. 11-15 swing high. 11-15 swing high. Very simple. If you want this to be swing low, right? You want to see the adjacent candles be higher than the bearish candle that's swing low. This is the opposite of that. The bearish candle that you're looking at for swing low is actually higher than the adjacent candles. So that contradicts it being a swing low. You see what I mean there? Like, we have a candle moving up, and then we have a higher candle with a close lower, and then we have a candle moving down. This is not a swing low at all. 11-15, 11-30. Oh. 11-15. Oh, you're talking about like something like this here. I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but once again, like, I need better structure because it's not that clean as. You could also treat this as a consolidation candle like this instead. If it's not clear to me, I'm not gonna mark it a breaker. That's how I kind of run it. I need to be seeing a very clean swing. Wow, we're still slamming down right now. Let's look at tech here. Nvidia's dumping here. This is the hourly chart for all the top 6 Nasdaq movers. Tech's starting to turn. That's what happens after we get a tap inside the daily fair value up, and now we're back at the neutral area, which is not that good for NQ here. Are you still trading Take Profit Trader? I heard bad reviews about them. What bad reviews could they possibly have? I feel like I've been hearing the only thing the bad would be what is it, support. They just have so much growth that they don't have enough manpower to answer simple questions, which is going to take time. That's the same thing with Apex. I think Apex at one point had so many delays where you would get a response in like days and days, but then they basically tripled their staff, so now they're able to respond better. They're working on it. I mean, I'm also talking to their team about it, and they're like, they're hiring more staff. They're trying to have more people to cater to that growth of audience. They have exponential growth right now. It's hard because you can't just pick up a support agent from day one. You need to train them. How many likes are we at? We're gonna do a handful of giveaways today. We get a lot of likes. We're at 3. We got 500. We're gonna do 2. Remember that, chat. Yo, is Brett still in this trade, or did he get out of it? This is the trade here. There's a lot of it went 25 cons, I think, total. That's a tough one. I mean, I think you trimmed some here. It's not bad. See, that's the thing. Like, it could have went up, but I just don't really appreciate this price action. I find it tricky, so I opted away from taking that trades. You guys gotta wait. I mean, it's selling off. It's good, like pretty solid delivery, but I don't know where you would take the short from other than up here, which I wasn't open for this breaker. We didn't even get that. You can have good price delivery, but it's not a entry model to support it. Wow, this is selling off aggressively, chat. Still hindsight, I don't think I would be able to take the short because I'm still looking for closure. So like 15-minute closure. Now I'm looking at it, but we don't even get any retrace whatsoever. We just slam down. That's not something I'm fond of. So aggressive, chat. This is really aggressive. We're about to go back to the New York Open here. Give me some ideas, chat. What are we looking at? I'm kind of lost here. Does that make me a bad trader if I'm not sure where price is going? $15-minute BPR. Is there a 15-minute BPR? Oh, okay. This needs to close first, but like, yeah, I mean, if we do get a retrace back up, I think you're expecting something like this to happen. Something I always think about too, like when I'm not actively trading, some people who's watching be like, "Oh, he's not trading. I'm just gonna watch someone else who press buttons, even though it could be bad buttons. They just want trades. They don't care about the quality of it." It's so aggressive. We haven't, like, if you're trying to catch his knife, you'd think like maybe we'll get a 1 minute flip, maybe a 30-second flip. No, nothing. No flip whatsoever here. The only thing that flipped was your P&L. Flip from green to red. When's the next 15-minute closure? 4 minutes here. So yeah, I mean we're gonna probably be looking at something like this here as our 15-minute range, and we'll see if it does want to retrace back inside that immediate gap that just got created. So let's talk about my code. You know what's funny? A lot of people have been more recommending me black seed oil. I've been using. I forgot to use it, but I've been using it more, and it's been working wonders. I feel like I woke up today, took another one, and it's like you guys see me right now. I'm not even coughing. I would usually mute the mic or you catch me coughing. I forget how well it was because I was taking a lot of remedies that people recommended, and I stopped taking them because I felt like it went away and it came back. All right, this is like the first even 30-second flip right now that we see. It's not the prettiest, but that's the first flip that we see the entire move up so far. Except I guess this one, which is a little bit more difficult. But I would probably look at this as more of a chain state delivery too. And we're getting some delivery. We're getting some price move higher here. Big push back down. Is that literally just a retrace for lower? Holy crap. That was literally a sniper shot back down. What the heck? This whole move has just got been eaten here. That's crazy. That's actually nuts. It's so aggressive, chat. Even low time frame is not even holding well at all. That's how aggressive this is. We got this internal high taken here, but then immediately met with lower price. This is literally like a 30-point move up and a reciprocal 30-point move down at the same time. That's nuts. That's actually nuts. we're pushing back up. Okay. Let's see. Just not taking anything here still. It's still very sporadic. Not the cleanest for me to really tape read here. Oh, just when I was saying my cough went away. It was a light one though. $50-minute close in 30 seconds here. We'll get a gap form here, and we'll see what we can do from there. You want to push back up for retracement? I think that's what I'm thinking. I want to see a framework for a short-term bullish all the way up to this 50-minute gap, and then we're going to focus on shorts down. Whether we take the long or short, I think shorts to be focused, but like if there's a conviction or a setup for longs right now, I'm open to that because that allows us for a move higher for shorts. I don't think I can just short because we're just selling off here without any clean moves back up. So that's kind of what I'm working with right now. Something just tells me this just sells off hard. It's so rough. There's a lot of back and forth right now. Getting some displacement here, and I need to see this get flipped a little bit more. See that happens here. It's been pretty much a deep sell here. There's like nearly a 200-point sell, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some relief, and that relief could lead all the way back up to this 15-minute gap here. And then overlapping between that is the BPR that I was kind of framing up. Would you guys want to long this up or no? What do you guys think? I just jinxed myself. Just when I said my cough was going away, started came back a little bit. I know I've been chewing gum. I think it helps me a little bit. Let's see if we get displayed through this 1 minute here. It doesn't look like it want to come back up. I think we, at very minimum, we want to see if we can come back up to this 15-minute gap here. I don't think it's a hard task to ask for here. Some of you guys are long already. I'm not too ambitious of it yet. That's always good tape rating. Like, I could lead you guys to the right areas when I'm confident. When I'm not confident, is not like I don't have the skill set for this, or I don't have the right criteria for this. Yeah, I think that's the misconception to a lot of other people. Um, they expect top traders to know where price is heading every moment. But for me, I only expect myself to know when I have the criteria for it, which is like 5-10% of the time. Honey with mild hot water helps. Yeah, I've been doing that lately last 3 weeks. Right now I have a lot of remedies I'm working with. It's been helping. What is price doing right now? I still think now that 15-minute gap is formed here, this is what we're trying to shoot for. We want price to take a drive inside here. And I wouldn't mind a low risk long. I think first thing we need is to flip a 1-minute gap that's been holding 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick here. If we can flip that, I'll start looking more actively for a low risk long opportunity. Oh, I should take a poll too, guys. I just want to see how everyone's doing today. I think days like these are very tough for people. Let's get a look. Take a look here. Ah, wow, that's actually more people than I thought that was great. I mean, you guys can answer honestly. I feel like days like these are usually show more red than green, but maybe you guys did good AM. So far, PM's bad. Asia, we're up in Asia, if that counts for something. Yo, we just came back down. This is just back and forth right now. The only reason I'm up today is from Asia. So far, nothing PM. Wait, what is Liberation Day again? I feel like I've been hearing that. I actually don't know what it is. Is that bad for me not to be aware? We might get a 1 minute flip here. I think we're just chopping, and we still have a lot of really areas to push higher to. The 50-minute target is still in my books right now. Oh, tariffs go into effect. Oh, okay, okay. I thought it's something like that I should know. Equal lows right now. Another tough area for us to really play against. Lots of wicks so far. Wick up, closed lower. Wait, when is that happening? You said Liberation Day is tonight, today, tomorrow? Maybe, maybe that would affect the market too. I gotta be careful. Tomorrow AM, okay. This looks somewhat good for higher now. What do you guys think, chat? Inversion, closure, retrace up to it. Flip this 1 minute. Drive to this 15-minute gap. And then we'll see what happens there. That's the only thing I can really see right now, possibly. I just want the 15-minute gap to be taken first. That would help me to play for lower. We just wicked all the way back down. Lots of areas here that's getting held back. The 5 minutes looks so horrendous here. All these wicks here. Wick higher, close lower. We just need a nice closure through these wicks here before we can actually start moving. Next 5 minute closure in essentially 1 minute. Let's see if we can get a nice closure here. Forty, 30 seconds. Also look for the 1 minute here. 1 minute gap to flip. There's slot consolidation here. This is the first 5 minute good closure now. I think right now, get any retrace if we can. Look for a low time frame flip, lowest long. Try to play up higher. It's still risky though, but I think that's the only option we have right now. The 15-minute gap is the main target here. We're kind of playing for a move higher towards it. I guess you see this retrace now. I'm gonna drop down 30 seconds, see what we can get. This is the first 5 minute closure though, so let's see if we can get a nice retrace back to this OB here and move higher from there, back to the unmitigated gap. I think that's the play right now. If you guys want to take that, I'm not too confident on it, but that's the only thing we have. You're looking for a retrace back down or a move up. And then, you know, if you're still bearish, this would be the area that you likely look for shorts anyways. So I'm trying to see how we could frame this. This looks like it's going to do a good pump because we got a 5 minute closure already. There's a fly here. What the hell? This would be good anyways. Just move up and then we'll short till low of day. Can't even do that. It's been stuck in this range, this 5 minute range for the longest time. I'm just looking at Twitter right now. I feel like not much is happening. I still, until we get a nice closure through this 5 minute here, let's say a closure under 400. I want to see if we have opportunity to move to the 15 minute gap still. So this is still what I'm thinking of. I want this to hold, move back up. Next closure in a minute and a half here. Are you in? No, I'm not in yet. I'm waiting. See if we can get a nice closure and then look for confirmation. It could be off this 30-second flip here. Not really ask for much. The first move will be 444, like 30 points from here, 30, 40 points here. And they can move a little bit higher, maybe to the higher PPR, and then we'll sell down. That's very reasonable, healthy price range for me. Twitter is roasting IC for being #1 in leaderboards. It's April Fools. Do you trade or you talk about charts? I just talk about charts, man. Sometimes I press buttons and make money. And I do have a long record of consistent results. All the trader influencer I know go to the gym. Do you do that? I was very active daily, for like kind of like 4 times a week out of schedule when I was in college. But I think since I got obsessed with trading, not obsessed in a way, but like juggling trading with like school and everything else, and switching full time, I did lose my discipline or my routine with the gym, and it also adds on to like Tampa is where I'm at. It's very packed, where every gym now has been filled to the brim. So I'm opting for building my own gym. I have that set up already. I just haven't got around to going back to it. I'll get to it eventually because I've been eating more clean lately, and then that's usually when I'm health conscious. It's two like half is like eating right and also exercising and lifting weights. I'm getting to the first half, so our other half will come. Don't get defensive. We're just memeing around a little bit. I'm not getting serious. I'm a professional button pusher, someone said. But if I'm serious, we just frame our setup, and I don't show the execution live because I don't want signal bots. But we do say like when we're in, what entry we're looking for. Usually, if something happens, if we get a closure or retap inside like a breaker, inversion, whatever it is, we'll take the entry, and you can watch the previous live recordings to see how we run it. But basically, if you're listening, we call it every single trade. But if you're just watching, like with your eyes, waiting for, I guess this here, or me pressing the buy button, you might miss like half the trades we take. Did you get humidify? Oh, I should try that out. I've been having humidify. I just never got around to it. It was more for my cat allergies, which kind of went away. Yeah, I'm also looking at this 5-minute. We didn't get anything like that. We're just moving lower. Tough. There's no reason, zero reason not to show your entry. The only thing is, I like having control. I don't like having signal bots because it makes people kind of watch for your trades more. When I rather just talk about it, execute on my own, which I share my execution though. There's just a point where it's a free stream. If I want to run it how I want and the best way how I think it should be run, that's how I'm gonna do it. It's kind of simple as that. But one clear thing is, for all the veteran viewers here, do we not tell you when we enter, where we put our stop, where you TP, every single thing. So if you're listening and actually learning my trading style, you know exactly when we enter. That's a difference. But the only people that complains are kind of signal bots, which I'm not really trying to cater towards. But who cares? Like at the end of the day, I'll share my results. I can show the weekly results, the monthly results. As long as I'm executing, as long as the people I care about is my community, my the real ones basically are doing fine. That's all that I care about. I don't really need validation from people like, oh, you should share your execution. You're a fraud if you don't. It's like, well, what do I get out of it? I think we're leading towards this 15-minute. We have SMT off these lows here. If we get a like low time frame flip, I think we're gonna try to play this here. Where's the SMT button? You guys like this? I'm gonna drop down to a low time frame in a second here. What the? Oh, there it is. We'll actually get a bullish breaker here too on this closure. If we don't get inside this gap, I want to try to enter it. Oh, this 30-second closure. All right, let's see if we can re-tap back inside. 15-minute gap right there. That's our draw right now. I want to see if we can get an entry towards it. And if you take this trade, I would imagine putting your stop under 411 would be ideal here. Probably like a 10 point stop here, depending on how deep we retrace. But this closure wasn't validated. I mean, I wanted this 30-second here. We didn't get that closure here. If we closed like right here, I think we'd have marked it in. Just to frame it up there. But it doesn't look like we're going to do that. Yeah, big drive in. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Because you're waiting for a low time frame flip. And what happens if that flip doesn't get that? Oh, wait, I guess the 1 minute maybe. Maybe you have to get the closure right there. I was looking at 30-second. This would make more sense here. I was on 30-second. Was anyone able to capture longs there? I think that happened pretty fast. But the key thing is we have SMT on NQ, bullish SMT, bearish on ES. We have a 15-minute unmitigated gap, and you just wait for a low time frame flip to frame that up. Take the entry and take a drive higher there. That would have been a good play for us to take live. If you weren't yapping, you were caught. There's just, I think the trolls are a little bit affecting me in a way too, or distracting me. We need, is there a mod here? Maybe we can just get them to mute them. But that's what I've been going for the whole time. I just wait for confirmation, drive to this 15-minute target, and then drive higher for lower. All right, I'm just gonna start timing people out, because what the hell is these trolls? It looks like from my op. I'm trying to retrap. Either way, I was on the 30-second chart. With this closure, we get the validation of the breaker. Ideally, we gotta retrace inside the breaker for a move higher, or you take your entry off this inversion. This doesn't give me that validation yet, so I think it's just more unlucky than anything. Even though I was focused, I'll still wait for the next 30-second closure to get that inversion market entry, or a retrace back inside. Let's see how many people were able to get longs there. I wasn't able to get it. This is no longer a long. Why? It's because the 15-minute already drove in. You're not gonna continue trying to long this here. The only way you would also try to go for that long is if you're watching for this 15-minute as your draws, especially because it's an unmitigated 15-minute gap, and you're waiting on the low time frame to finish what's doing, which is basically just chopping back and forth here, until we get this low drive here where we S&T with ES and we flip up higher. The first moment where we get a low time frame flip, more than 30 seconds or 1 minute, whichever, how I frame it is whichever is cleaner for people to see. If you look at the 1 minute, maybe you could take a closure here and move higher. I hope some people are able to take that based off our framework. But if anything, I'm trying to move this. You wanted to anticipate that. I think when you have a lot of accounts copy trade, you get a fear factor creep in a little bit more if you trade singles. I don't think so. As long as like you're not trading like 50 accounts, I still group trade all often. Chat, I missed a long. Some people are able to take it because we're trying to focus longs on a move higher. We already tapped in before we got the entry here. If we didn't tap inside this 15-minute here before our entry, we would have taken it here or look for a inversion trade here. But one thing about missed entry is you don't lose anything. Oh, it's 3 o'clock already. Holy crap. I've been here for 2 hours. Tape reading nothing. Brett came in and gave us a losing trade for themselves. I don't think he was going for, like, how would you know that it was a purposely losing trade? I think he has real money on the line. We're moving higher now. We're trying to see if we can tap inside this. It's just a big relief because if you look at the dealing range here, from this low to this high, this is what it looks like. We're getting back into equilibrium and we into premium now. So if you're looking for shorts, this is starting the area you're looking for shorts. If you're looking for long, you're long discount, waiting for a setup to drive you there. So if you're waiting for me to press your button, I mean, if you're also focused too, you would try to look for that long there because we've been looking at this the whole time. A long move up, and then if we get confirmation for a flip, a short move down. Just because I missed it, it doesn't mean you have to miss it too. Brian said this isn't a long like 2 minutes ago. That's the difference. Once we get S&T, once we got a low time frame flip, this has been the move the whole time. Short term bullish, and then bearish the whole entire time. So I think you guys have to, if you're struggling on understanding how I'm trading, to watch the 50-minute video. I promise you it will be easier to understand. I'm gonna take my gum out. But just nothing not too good of a setup for the entire day. I'm like reviewing the whole thing from 1 here all the way down. We get a short setup, but we get no entry model. And then we have a long setup. There was an entry model here. It's very tight. You got to be very quick with it. But it happened really fast. And the moment it gets inside the 15-minute gap, which I draw here, is a counter trend long, which I won't be open to long in again. I would likely just put break even stop once it takes the high and let it trail. But possibly we're going to move higher here. But if you're able to trade Asia with us, I'm pretty sure you guys are up big. We're likely to do the giveaways in a second here. We had some 2 bangers on Asia. I wanted to. I think that's the only banger we had. If we could have got this long for a move higher and let it trail, because now we're go inside this 15-minute BPR here. Green today, 448 votes, 54% was green. So if you're still trying to trade this past power hour, which I'm not gonna do, you're gonna look for this to run higher here, and inside this 15-minute gap here, you want to see it react off of it. You see a confirmation to play for lower. You're gonna look for a retrace for short to take out these lows now. I think that's the right model here, because now we're above here is above equilibrium, premium here, and down is discount, and you're looking for a retrace for a leg lower. So this is kind of what I'm anticipating now. Anyways, I'll go over my Asia trade real quick, and then we'll do the giveaways since you guys are waiting at the end of the stream. Yeah, for Asia trade, guys, what I talk about is we take these trades on Discord. It's not live stream, but all these alerts are always timestamped. And we started Asia today. Very simple. We have the low, the high, Asia high still there, but we have set up for lower, which you can see in the next 15-minute gap here. The overlapping is a 15-minute BPR. We have a unmitigated gap below. One simple thing is a retrace higher, respecting this 15-minute setup still for a move lower. And this is what we did. We swept internal. We have the Asia low down here, and right below it, we have the unmitigated gap. So that's our target there. And I broke it down to a 1-minute setup, chain state delivery, entry here, stop above that previous relative highs, and you're trying to target the next internal low, the opposing low, as well as Asia low day in the 15-minute gap, which shortly after started running. Oh, what the hell? You guys said you can't see it? What the heck? It's a Discord. I think I have the hidden thing on. What the heck? How do I... It's literally the Discord right now trying to do that. It's hiding it. I don't know how to get rid of it. Here, I'll just post... I post the recap on Twitter. We're just going to go over it real quick. And if you guys want to trade Asia with me, we are trading them tonight. So you can see for yourself. Let's see. But this is the first setup here. This is a setup. 15-minute setup. Look at this 15-minute gap. 15-minute gap below, unmitigated. We respected the above here, bearish red gap for lower, and then we also inverse the 15-minute gap here, making that overlapping a BPR. I just want a quick retrace either inside the BPR or that internal range. And then I screenshot the commentary here. This is the 1-minute setup here. We swept internal here, right? Going for the opposing liquidity. Asia lows. We hunt for a low time flip. We got chain state delivery right there after the sweep. That's what matters. And then here's a commentary here, which I screenshotted. And then if you want to look at the recap, this is also posted yesterday. The second trade we took, very similar entry here. 15-minute gap above with the 15-minute order block next together. We retraced it. We rejected. We look for a low time frame flip here. And this is the breaker. A lot of people took the trade as well. This is what I posted here. Entry off the breaker once we got the closure, and then we just trail it down. So that's the only two trades I took Asia. The only two alerts I really ran. And now we're doing the giveaway. Asia is 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. I don't stream it, but I do show all the alerts and everything in the commentary, which really all that matters. All right, we're gonna do the giveaway now. Like, stream, and comment your YouTube username one time. Let's see how many likes we got. 467. I still think we're looking to move lower here. We got this 1-minute flip here. think we're gonna try to slam this down, chat. If you're trying to still trade this, this looks pretty good for aggressive move down now. Just because you have the 15-minute alignment and you're trying to move lower. If you do take something like this, entry off the inversion, stop above the high, about 15 points. You're let this ride right now. It's playing out pretty good right now. And you go for the next internal low. Pretty good. It's really good to see at least all the framework that I've been sharing has been playing out. Literally move higher for a move lower. Arrows on 0.2, moving down. I wasn't able to get the long, but getting the shorts right now. Pretty good. You guys got to comment one time, chat. Anyways, we're going to wrap the stream after the giveaway here. Hopefully you guys did good. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after this giveaway. I'll give you guys another minute. Lots of haters, a lot of trolls. I gotta just do a better job filtering them out because it does distract me from, you know, what we're trying to do is trade, because they're having some time wasted just to make fun, which doesn't really help anyone. But I think we'll have mods on and start moderating just pointless conversations. It's not them getting to me. I think I'm just responding to some comments, and then sometimes my focus is the chat for that brief moment, and then it does allow me to miss any opportunity that we've been waiting for. Only bright side is we do frame every setup, so no matter what happens, we work in if-then statements. So if this is our draw here, we look for a low time frame flip, we wait for a setup to form, which this is easily the confirmation flip here that we want to see, as well as the breaker here. All right, giveaway winner today is Gabriel Bacco. Asia session in the Discord, guys. It's a Discord. Link in the description. Oh, we got 500 likes. Okay, we'll do another one here. Same people. All right, Gabriel, and then we have next winner, Chicken Dog. Very good name. All right, Gabriel and Chicken Dog, DM me in Discord or make a ticket. Gabriel, is that Bacco or something? Make a ticket. I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow or Asia tonight, chat.